In this video, I'm going to go through the steps of loading a G-code file from your USB all the way to completing your cut. First off, you're going to plug your USB into any of the 4 USB ports on the Onefinity controller. Click the soft key icon on the display that looks like a folder and select your USB. Next, go to your file location and select Open. The controller will then process the file and should give you a remaining time, which is the time the program will take to complete based on your system settings and speed. This includes your program speeds along with the controller settings such as jerk speed, etc. Due to this, you may find the time that your programming software told you the program would take to differ to the one now displayed. Now we're going to set what is commonly referred to as the origin. This is actually your X and Y zero offset. This will be determined by how you set up your program in easel or whatever software you used. For this setup, we just set it off the front left corner. With our setup on the wall, this appears to be the front right, but the machine is actually rotated in order to be hung on the wall. So to do this, I'll remove the dust boot and manually move to the position using the controller or display. Just get it as close as you can easily get it. It's not extremely important. Close is good enough. And again, this is just for the X and Y directions. We will be setting the Z with a probe. Once you have it where you want it, go back to your display and hit the offset soft key. You will see your offset change and your position go to 0. Do this for the X and Y axis. Now we will probe for Z. We are using the Onefinity Probe. It uses continuity to detect when your bit touches the probe. Then it subtracts the known thickness of the probe from the position it found. Where you probe does not have to be where you set the origin. You will want to do this near a clamp just to ensure you get the best possible outcome. If your workpiece has a bow in it and you do it on that bow, then you may get a bad cut. First, I'll attach the magnet to the router collet nut and position the probe under the bit. Select the Probe Z soft key on the display. You will be prompted to test the connection. This is done by simply touching the probe to the bit. This is a safety feature just to make sure you don't forget to attach the magnet to the collet nut. Once you touch the probe to the tip, reposition the probe under the tip and firmly against the workpiece. If everything is good, you will find that the prompt automatically now gives you the option to select continue. Now it's important to note that if you start the probing with the bit too far away, it will error out. I believe this is 2 inches, but I normally start mine within less than an inch. When you press continue, the Z axis will immediately begin to go down in slow speed until it touches the probe. Then it will raise and retouch a second time. You should get a prompt on the display telling you that the probing is complete. At this time, you can remove the magnet and the probe and set it aside. Make it a habit to do this before hitting the done on the probe is complete prompt, just so I don't ever forget to leave it attached. Confirm your axes are all homed and okay. Everything should be green. Confirm again you have the correct program written. From this point, you can raise your Z axis and move the router to a safe starting position. This doesn't have to be the origin. Reinstall your dust boot. I normally lower my X-axis to about an inch just because when you start the program it will lower the Z-axis to the origin safety height in low speed, so lowering the Z-axis just speeds this step up. Turn your router on, turn on your dust collection, and press play. once the cut is complete, it will return to the origin position and the Z at the origin safety height. Turn off your router and dust collection. Raise your Z axis. I normally just run mine all the way up. It will stop at the soft limit. Move the router out of the way to remove your workpiece. Blow any dust off, then remove the clamps. We always use masking tape with CA glue and clamps. It's just the way I've done it, and I've yet to have a piece slip. Now I will remove the tape from the back. Flip it over with the back down. Using a chisel, I'll cut the tabs. And remove the waste. So we used a down cut bit, so there will be a rough edge on the bottom. I just hand sand this. Then sand the entire piece with an orbital sander. Then I'll add my Clines crafted woodworking brand to the back. If you don't want the burn to bleed to the surrounding wood, this can be countered by just spraying some water on the spot before you brand it. Then sand one final time and blow it off. And that's it for this West Virginia cutout. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to help my channel grow. Thanks again.